my word. Oh no, oh no. Okay. Alayna, don't start crying already. What's happening? Hey everybody. Okay, my plan for this intro was to sit down and talk about how I don't actually feel overly emotional or like sad or like I'm gonna cry in this video. And then I sat down and the reality, oh my god, why do I feel like this already? I just can't believe that it's been a year. Today marks the 1 year anniversary of my posting the re-coming out video. The wedding is off. Which means it's been a year since I realized I was gay, since I came out to myself, to my friends, my family, and to all of you. It's been an entire year since my whole world flipped upside down. And coming into this video today, like gearing up for filming it, I haven't felt emotional. It's just kind of been a feeling of disbelief that a year has passed and that my life looks so drastically different than it did a year ago. If a year ago you would have told me that this is where I would be today, I would have kicked you in the face. And I wouldn't have kicked you out of anger. I would have kicked you out of how dare you dangle something that I want so bad in front of me, because there's absolutely no reality where I get to have that. Oh my god. But there is. This is the reality. It is reality. It is reality. I'm here. I'm here and I'm out, and I could not be more grateful for the life that I get to live. A life where I get to be who I really am, who I always wanted to be, didn't think that I could. Turns out, you can be gay if you want to. This is what I needed somebody to say to me years ago. I needed somebody to say, Alayna, you want to be gay so bad. And you can. It's okay. It's okay. I'm also so unbelievably grateful for all of you and coming along with me over this past year. I'm grateful to those of you who have been here since the beginning, have been here since I was straight. I'm grateful to those of you who have been here since before I realized this about myself and the fact that you stuck around. And I'm grateful to everybody who has joined since. It turns out I am so far from alone in this experience. And I thought I was. I thought I was alone. I had never heard anybody talk about realizing that they were gay while with a person that they loved. I thought I was alone in taking until my late 20s to realize this about myself. I thought that everybody who was gay just knew, and that they knew from jump. Rope for heart in elementary school. Such a specific reference. And I just, if I say nothing else in this video, I want to say thank you for all of your messages and comments and support, because when you send me those messages or leave those comments and tell me that you share my experience, or that seeing this video or that video helped you feel less alone, you might not realize it, but you are helping me feel less alone. We have found this incredible community of people who either share this kind of late bloomer lesbian experience or are here for it and support it. And it's been beautiful. It's been life-changing. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Wow. Okay. I thought that for this video, what I would do is look back at that re-coming out video, the initial, the wedding is off video, because I posted it a year ago today and I have not watched it since. And I want to know, I want to look back on what I was feeling and respond in terms of how I'm feeling now. So let's do that. So this is gonna be something. When you search Alayna Joy on YouTube, coming out again, that's the first thing that pops up. Oh my god, it has almost 1 million views. Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh, yeah, quick, let's watch these ads. Gotta get that AdSense, girl. Let me take a sip of coffee to stall. Oh, see, I remember how this starts. I remember how this starts because I sat down to film and immediately started having an anxiety attack and had to stop. So that's gonna be fun to watch. Oh.
Whew. Okay.
I'm just like trying to calm myself down, and I'm thinking,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. Take a minute here.
I was thinking to myself, basically, do I need to stop recording and like take a minute, or can I breathe through this and continue? And as that anxiety wave started to build, I knew, no, I need to stop recording and take a minute. But I only stopped the camera, and I didn't stop my audio, which I realized later in editing. So that's where this comes from. It's some fun behind the scenes content.
Oh man. Wow, okay. When I thought about this video and how it would look, I really wanted to make it just like one take or like really unedited, but I don't think that's gonna work. Wow, this is hard. This is a hard video to make.
Oh.
I'm really scared. I'm really scared to make this video.
See, that's something that I have forgotten a little bit. How scared, how terrified I was to post this, because I genuinely did not know how people were gonna react. I really thought it was gonna be bad. I really thought it was gonna be bad, but I knew that it was the truth. And so I figured even if it's bad, it's better because it's honest. And then it wasn't bad. It was wonderful. It was wonderful and it was honest.
Okay, here goes. Here goes nothing. I'm gay, as it turns out.
Oh, she was so unsure.
This is really scary for me. This is a really scary video to make. This is the scariest thing I've ever done. This is the scariest, most vulnerable thing I've ever shared.
Because up until this point, I had been really trying to, I don't want to say curate a certain image, but like I had this idea of what my life was supposed to look like, and I had this idea that I couldn't be totally forward and honest about the way that I lived my life in terms of the non-monogamy, or even just like my sexuality as a human being in general, because it didn't fit the script that I had written for myself.
I'm going through this, I'm figuring this out as we speak. And so realizing this and knowing this means a couple of things. First, it means that Dallas and I are no longer getting married. And it means that we have separated, but I want you all to know that him and I are really great. Still.
And we remain really great. Can I add him? Can I add him to the list of things I'm grateful for? Oh man.
And second, it means that I can finally be honest with you all about a lot of things that I haven't been, because I'm done hiding. There it is. Hi. I'm gay.
Yes, you are! Yes, you are! Even in filming this video, I knew, right? Obviously, I felt it deep enough to break off my engagement, change my entire life, and tell all of you. So it's like, I knew it, but I doubted. Because I thought, like, how can you really know without living it? And sure, maybe that's true to a point, but you can know. You can know without living it, and then the living it is just a lot of validation. If you know what I mean.
5 years ago, before I came out online, before I came out to my family, I came out to Dallas. And I think I've talked about this online before, but I came out to him right at the beginning of our relationship as bi, but it wasn't an entire conversation. It was something that I thought I just needed to say, and then once I'd said it, I thought, great, now he knows, now this is something that I never need to talk about ever again. But of course, that's not how sexuality works. It doesn't just disappear once other people know about it. And so...
Especially when you're gay and dating a man. It's definitely not how it works.
And it built up and built up and built up in my mind until I had to come out to him again. And now this is where...
Oh, I was so nervous.
Wow, I'm nervous. And my story online is different from what actually happened. Yes. Yes, this is a good time for the landscaping to be happening. Life is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. What am I doing?
Agreed.
What is this?
I don't know.
What is happening? Like,
Still don't know.
And it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Oh my god. Okay, I'm having a crisis. I've told my coming out story before.
And the crisis continues. But in a much lighter feeling way than it did in this moment. I still feel incredibly small. And like, what am I doing? And the answer is, who knows? Who knows what any of us are doing? But are you doing the thing? Are you making the choices that are going to make you happiest? That are going to make you feel fulfilled and authentic? This was me really committing to that. And I remain committed. All that has changed is we've gone from pure chaos, Alayna, which started in this moment. Pure chaos, Alayna, has like evolved into gentle chaos, Alayna. Welcome.
This entire channel is based around my bisexuality.
Oops.
Oops.
We're still the same. Me and this girl, we're still the same.
I didn't come out to him as bi. I came out to him as gay. We'd already been together for a couple of years. We'd known each other for half a decade at that point, and I told him that I thought I was gay. We talked about this.
Wow, this is a really personal,
rationalizing this idea that
personal
I thought
story
I was
to
gay,
share.
and yet I loved him and wanted to be with him. We ended up laughing together and coming to the conclusion that I couldn't be gay. I was definitely still bi because I loved and wanted to be with him. And it was after that conversation that I then came out to my family, and I then came out online to all of you.
Yeah.
It was also
The
within
nerves.
that conversation that, and I know I'm gonna lose some of you here, but
See, I know I'm gonna lose some of you here. It wasn't, I think I'm gonna lose some of you here, or some of you might not get behind or understand this. It was, I know I'm gonna lose some of you. I genuinely believed that I was gonna get torn apart for this. And I didn't. And even if I had, it's true. So I still don't think I would have regretted it, even if I had gotten dragged. That was a very personal story for me to share. And since this video, I've been working to find my own boundaries in terms of what I'm comfortable sharing online and what I'm not comfortable sharing online. That's an amount of detail for a very personal experience that I generally wouldn't feel comfortable sharing, but I know that I did because I wanted to give as much context and background on like how I got to the point that I was at.
during that conversation, he also encouraged me to explore that side of my sexuality if I wanted to. He encouraged me and supported me in exploring relationships with other women and people of other genders. And I did. And I have been, really, ever since. I would have these panic attacks and these anxiety attacks, thinking and fearing that I might be gay. Not bi, gay.
Yeah.
And every time I would be able to rationalize with myself that it couldn't be true, I couldn't be gay, because I loved and wanted to be with Dallas.
oh, like, I was so confused. Like, it wasn't even just that I would think, what if I'm gay? I would wish that my life had gone a different route so that I had ended up with a woman. Like, sometimes it was pure panic of like, uh-oh, what if I'm gay? And sometimes it was this sense of mourning that my life had just happened to go a direction where I was going to marry a man. And I thought, this is my choice. I have chosen this. This is the direction of my life. But there was always a sense of loss with that feeling. There was always a sense of wishing that my life had gone differently, or like wishing that I had realized my bisexuality earlier, so that I could have ended up with a woman. And the beautiful thing that I can look back and see now, and what I want to share with you, is that you have that power. You have that power to choose. If you're not happy with the direction of your life, you can change it. I just bit my tongue. You can change it. You can be gay if you want to. And I get some flack from a few people for saying that because they think it's reinforcing this idea that being gay is a choice. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that when I was younger, any age, that's what I needed somebody to say to me. I needed somebody to say, hey, Alayna, it's okay that you want to be gay because you are. You can choose to live your life as a gay lesbian woman. That's what I mean when I say you can be gay if you want to. I mean that you can choose to live a life that's authentic to you. You have that power, and I recommend it. And also I feel like I'm reclaiming it in a way, you know? Like, no, I absolutely didn't choose to be gay, but now that I've chosen to live a life that's authentic to the fact that I am, I wouldn't have it any other way. Have you seen women? Have you seen women?
I realized that all of those things could be true. That I could truly love Dallas, and I could truly love this life that we were building, and I could also be gay. It's like once that
was a bad day.
Clicked in. Once it really hit me,
then
it was like I knew. I had compartmentalized my real life as my life with Dallas, and then my queer life as like this other separate entity. And once lockdown took away that queer part of my life, it felt like I was suffocating.
My pants just came unbuttoned. What's going on? Stop it. My eyes are up here.
I've been thinking a lot about my confirmed bisexual merch. And I've had people ask me in the past.
Yeah, that's gone now.
Confirmed bisexual?
That's gone.
What does that even mean? And I didn't really know how to answer that question because it was like, well, it's confirmed. Like, I know I'm bi. When I would say that, what I really meant was, confirmed, I'm into women. But the thought of confirming whether or not I was into dudes never crossed my mind. It was like being into men was just a given. It was something I never questioned.
Oh, is this Alayna explaining her experience in compulsory heterosexuality without even knowing that comphet was a thing?
I had crushes on boys, I dated boys all through junior high, all through high school. I was actively participating in heterosexuality.
Compulsory heterosexuality.
It wasn't until I started exploring my sexuality with not men that something in my brain went, oh, this is different. Is this how it's supposed to have been feeling this entire time? And these alarm bells started to go off in my head, but I just shut them down. But now, looking back, it's glaringly obvious.
Nobody really seemed that surprised. Like, my family was surprised because they knew how wonderful my relationship had been. But nobody else was surprised. Bear! Oh, I just noticed Bear in the background.
When I say it's been glaring.
Oh my god. How is that damn buzzer still scaring me a year later through a screen? Bear, you're so cute and I miss you, but I'm so glad you have such a lovely home with my sister. I hope you love your new mom, who's my sister. We got some weird family ties going on because I'm your old mom and now your new mom is my sister.
Sexuality that I had taken as truth. Things about my body, the way that my body responds, the way that things are supposed to feel, the way that I'm supposed to feel, my experience of attraction or romantic experiences. Like, I thought that I was on the aromantic spectrum. I thought that I was demi-romantic for years.
Which, for any of you who might not know what that means, being aromantic basically means that you don't experience romantic attraction. Being demi-romantic means that it takes you a very long time and with a very select few amount of people that you experience romantic attraction with, or in order for you to experience romantic attraction at all. Because your girl hated romance. I hated it. I hated everything about it. With men. And now, I'm crying at A Portrait of a Lady on Fire just as hard as everybody else.
But it's like, no bitch, you're not demi-romantic. You're gay and you're dating men. My whole life,
Good insight.
I have taken
Good insight.
liking men as a given. And that was the framework that I molded all of my other experiences and perceptions within. And then once I realized that that single fact that I had seen as absolute truth, that one thing that I had based the entire rest of my life around, once I realized that that might not be true, that wasn't true, the rest of it crumbled pretty quickly. It's been like a fog has been lifted, and I feel like I can breathe.
Mm-hmm.
When for years I didn't even realize I was holding my breath. So there it is. I'm gay, and I don't know what that means for my future. I don't know how you're all gonna take that. And I don't know what happens now. I don't know what happens next.
I don't know either, but here we are, almost 30, flirty, and thriving.
I hope that you will all stick around.
You did. You did.
And find out. I love you all. And I'll see you soon.
Oh. Classic. Classic. You gotta end every emotional video with including the clip of you turning the camera off. YouTube 101. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I wanted to make this video specifically for any of you who are in the place that I was a year ago, maybe in the place that I was a year and a half ago. For anyone who is still in the uncertain, difficult, terrifying part of the coming out experience, or for a lot of us, the re-coming out experience. And I wanted to make it to say to you and to show you that it does get better. It does. And it doesn't just get better, it gets lighter. It gets freer. Every day that passes, I feel more and more comfortable in who I am. And it happens one step at a time. And so whatever step you're on, I want you to know that it's gonna be okay, and that the important thing is that you are being true to yourself. Haters are gonna hate, bigots are gonna bigot, but you are giving the world a gift by being who you truly are. That's it for this video. I love you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for not just watching, but for being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Those geese, I'm gonna have to shut the windows. Those geese are gonna be a problem. They're actually Canada geese, so my people. I'm gonna shut the windows.